Personally, I'm a single woman now, and one of the transitions from being married to being single again that I hadn't anticipated would be a challenge was exactly that, of going into the exact same scenario where I might have gone before on my own, but suddenly feeling very uncomfortable, and I don't know whether it's my imagination, but I feel I'm treated differently. I think socially, single men are more embraced and included than single women. Don't know why that is. Don't know if it's even true, but that's my perception of it.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I think interestingly as well, I don't think I've necessarily faced any sort of like discrimination or microaggressions just for being a woman in a space, but mine's always been linked with my age as well. So I was brought onto a trustee board specifically as a young trustee because they were trying to bring younger voices in. But there was a few comments that were made, but one of them I remember sitting at the end of the table with the other young trustee, and someone sat next to me and said, I'm sat at the kids' table, or like it would be like little digs like that. And like that, it is, even though that's, I laughed that off. There were moments like that that then made me feel like my voice wasn't as valid in that room because I was a lot younger than the other people on that board. But in fact, that's the whole reason why I was brought in. So for me, it's always been linked with being a woman, but being a younger woman in a space with older people as well.
And I think that's right. And that kind of remark often isn't badly meant. It's meant as a joke, but actually it's not really, is it?
No, yeah, exactly, definitely.
That's it. It's all about it is about the microaggressions and the small behaviors that show inherent bias. I think, the number of times where I've received an email from sort of a male client where something that would take one line to somebody else all of a sudden becomes 4 lines because they feel like I need an explanation. And but I do also think that it's, as female business owners, sometimes we can be our own worst enemies because I find a lot of the women that I've interacted with, they will refer to, I have a small business. Darling, you brave, you run your own business. If you are a woman standing on the side of the road selling, sort of corn that you've cooked over a fire, you're running your own business. Step into that and own it, as opposed to saying, it's always this, I've got a small business that does this. It's huge. If it was a man talking about his business, it would be, I've got this, amazing sort of outfit that does all of these incredible things. Never mind, it's him, fiddling with woodworking tools in the garage. So I think that we sometimes tend to talk ourselves down, and we need to be able to step up into that and say, you know what, you don't need to, I don't refer to my business like that, so therefore you don't have to.